1 year after a devastating fire at Cook's only grocery store, a new one is rising from the ashes, bringing relief to Iron Rangers.
Plus, Wisconsin hunters are on the lookout after multiple deer stands have been vandalized.
And honoring those who fight for our country, we take you around the Northland to show you how the nation's heroes are honored.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A couple in southern Minnesota is honoring veterans in a one-of-a-kind way.
Dave and Shelley Speedling are part of the first ever underwater war memorial.
They've created military statues that are now on display about 9 miles off the coast of Florida. John Lauritsen has the story.
Lions, bears, deer, all of that. This is my life. I love what I'm doing, and I'm up here quite a bit.
It's a scenic drive along Highway 42 in Wabasha County. It gets even more scenic when you drive by Dave and Shelley Speedling's place. Their monuments and statues are literally lined up like soldiers. Not bad, considering this all began 23 years ago with plant hangers.
Slowly we put out like 3 heart-shaped plant hangers, and then it turned to 6 heart-shaped plant hangers. People started coming. It just grew over time, and it grew to this.
From tiny gremlins to 1,800-pound bears.
Heaviest piece we make right there.
Their talents took shape. They now make over 3,000 items by hand. First they mix. Then they mold.
When I was young, they told me I couldn't play in the mud. Now I get to.
Then they paint. Word of what they were doing spread to a group of people in Florida who had an unusual request. They wanted to make a veterans memorial 40 feet below the surface.
We're used to combines and tractors here. Their world is scuba diving.
Half of the staff that works for the Speedlings are veterans, which made this request even more special. For each phase of the underwater project, they've added something new. The latest is a memorial for William R. Flores.
The ship that he was on, the Blackthorn, was sinking. He stayed on board and threw life jackets out to other people. And in return, unfortunately, he lost his life.
The Flores statue will soon join 12 other statues about 9 miles off the Florida coast as part of the Circle of Heroes Veterans Memorial. The statues represent the 5 branches of the U.S. military.
What we've been told, too, is when somebody in the military goes down there, a veteran, it's like tranquil. It's just very peaceful.
And it's forever. Whether it's the middle of a park or the bottom of a gulf, the Speedlings are honored to keep military memories standing tall.
We're just a small part of something really huge.
Closer to home, people in the Twin Ports honored Veterans Day with a march and a ceremony thanking those who served. About 100 vets took part in a march from the Duluth Depot to the deck. People lined the route, cheering them on. Organizers say it was a little bit chilly, but still a great event.
In the number of years that I've attended before and participated, we've had worse days by far. So it worked out very well, good crowd. Lots of people on Superior Street and cheering us all the way back down to the deck here. It was wonderful.
Organizers say it was nice to see so much community support.
After the march, vets gathered at the deck for a ceremony honoring their service and sacrifice. It included a veteran color guard. The annual event is just one way for the community to thank our vets for their service.
Everyone who becomes a veteran are celebrated by their families. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate the men and women who loyally stepped out and gave their all to be our defenders.
Local kids also sang for the vets. The University of Wisconsin-Superior is also thanking veterans today, along with writing holiday cards for those stationed overseas. The university is also allowing veterans to use their wellness center for free this week. You can find the full schedule of events on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Meanwhile, $250,000 is on its way to organizations that serve Wisconsin veterans and their families. Governor Tony Evers announced those grants today. They're going to places all over the state, including Superior. The UW Superior Foundation will get $25,000 to support programming for students who served. Meanwhile, here's a live look at all the snow from the Ironwood Area Chamber of Commerce's live cam. The Gogebic County Sheriff's Office is advising people not to travel between the Ironwood and Wakefield areas. They warn lake effect snow is piling up quickly and all roadways are snow covered and slippery. They say their officers have responded to multiple car crashes, some with injuries. Currently, Old US 2 is closed in Bessemer due to a jackknifed semi. And Guile is digging out tonight. As of this afternoon, they got about 9.5 inches of snow, and they're expected to see about 4 to 8 more tonight into tomorrow. We'll hear from residents about how they're doing tonight on the CBS 3 News at 10. And with that, we'll turn over to Dave. Dave, you've got some advisories and watches and stuff on the map behind you there, because there's getting a lot of snow out there.
Yeah, because of that snow in the snow belt, there are some warnings and some advisories in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Winter storm warning covers both Iron and Gogebic counties, and Ontonagon County has a winter weather advisory. Like Anthony and Kristen just mentioned, another 4 to 8 inches of snow is possible in that zone, with grand totals probably running about 6 to 12 by tomorrow morning. Here's our day planner for Tuesday. The rest of us, we've got high pressure coming in, so it's going to clear up. Partly sunny in the morning and nippy, 0 in the Twin Ports, below 0 inland, and maybe 10 by noon and 18 the top temp at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Big cold snap is with us. How long will it last? We'll answer the question, of course, later on here in the newscast.
Thanks, Dave. It's been 1 year since fire destroyed Cook's only grocery store, leaving the community of almost 600 people without a place to buy food.
Yeah, you'll remember that blaze broke out at Zoop's the night of November 12th. It took firefighters from several departments hours to put it out. 1 year later, the state's fire marshal's office says the cause of the fire is still unknown.
So for the past year, people in Cook have had to travel to supermarkets in Virginia, Ely, Eveleth, all more than a 30-mile trip. But recently, there's been a sign of relief. CBS 3's Gamiel Hall was in town today as the rebuild continues.
1 year after the Zoop's fire devastated the Cook community, the groundwork has been laid for a new grocery store coming soon. The DBS Group recently began installing the footings and foundation and will continue to work until the new 17,000 square foot building is complete. In the meantime, community members can head to this temporary Zoop's located right next to the old building to purchase their essentials. Bread, milk, produce. The store has been open since September and has been a big help for local shoppers eager to see the permanent store back up and running.
Everybody's looking forward to it, though. Everybody in the whole community has been talking about it, and I can't go 5 feet without somebody saying, hey, when are we going to be done? So we got to hurry up.
The temporary Zoop store has been able to stay operational thanks to help from the local Lions Club, who've been coming in every week to help stock the shelves. Crews expect to have the rebuild completed by the end of May next year.
Thanks, Gamiel. We'll hear from community members about how they've been coping tonight at 10.
Authorities suspect animal welfare activists are behind the vandalism of several deer stands in western Wisconsin. People reported damaged stands in Dunn, Barron, and St. Croix counties. One New Richmond man says the stilts of his stand were cut in half. The words, "The hunters will be hunted," were painted on the stand. The Barron County Sheriff says there may be a possible connection to the Animal Liberation Front. The group says on its website it destroyed 10 deer stands.
Murder charges are expected to be filed this week after a deadly shooting on the Fond du Lac Reservation. It happened around 5 Saturday morning on the 3500 block of Breveter Road just outside of Cloquet. That's where authorities found 65-year-old James Couture's body. Officials say 3 other adults were at the scene. A 42-year-old man from Breveter Township has been arrested. Authorities say the shooting happened at his house. He's being held at the St. Louis County Jail, awaiting charges as the investigation is ongoing. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has issued 8 more pardons. Evers issued the pardon Sunday, a month after issuing Wisconsin's first pardons in 9 years. The Democratic governor says pardons, quote, play a very important role in our criminal justice system and society by giving deserving folks a second chance. Evers issued his first pardons to 4 people in October. His predecessor, Republican Scott Walker, never issued a single pardon over his 8 years as governor. The latest pardons were recommended by Wisconsin's Pardons Board.
Enbridge officials confirm the company bought land owned by the city of Mellon as it evaluates options for rerouting Line 5. Mellon City Council members voted to approve the deal during a meeting last week. That's despite rejecting an Enbridge land survey request last month. Enbridge says they'll pay the city $1 million for the land, along with community investments in the school and emergency services. Company officials say if they build the Line 5 relocation project on the land, the company will make an additional investments worth more than $3 million in city projects. Enbridge officials say other routes are still being considered.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, there's a new top dog at a Veterans Historical Center in Superior. Details next.
Lake effect snow will keep advisories and warnings going for the snow belt through tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, Arctic air takes over the region. How low will our temperatures go, and how long will they stay that way? Two questions we'll talk about after our break.
The most rewarding part about being a health coach would definitely be getting to help my members every single day meet their goals, help them set goals, and then see them happy each week with their progress. A lot of my members inspire me every single day.
Orchards Island Inn is now hiring, and there's a position just for you. Apply for front desk, housekeeper, bartender, server, cook, and dishwasher. We're hiring great people like you. Call or click for more information and apply today.
Update your home with the safety and warmth of a gas fireplace with the best looking flame in Duluth. At the Fireplace Corner, we take your old, drafty, wood-burning fireplace to warm and reliable with our Heat and Glow gas inserts. Our Heat and Glow selection and financing options are backed by our 100% done right guarantee. Don't wait for the cold. Call or stop in today and visit your local Heat and Glow gas fireplace experts with the best looking flame in Duluth. Or click thefireplacecorner.com for our full selection.
At Papa Murphy's, $10 Tuesday is about to be your new favorite day of the week. Every Tuesday, get any large pizza or build your own with up to 5 toppings for just $10. Tuesdays will never be the same. We make it, you make it. Papa Murphy's.
Yes. Choir, say. Don't stop clapping now. Come on.
Unwrap the joy of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. On now, only at your local Honda dealer.
That's all right.
At Marshall, we know that paying independent school tuition is a real commitment for families, and we want to make the Marshall experience possible for anyone who wants to attend. That's why Marshall awards over $2 million of financial aid each year. We know that families have budgets, and it's our goal to work within those budgets in a way that makes sense for everybody. When we partner together, we invest in your child's future. To find out more, contact us or join us at our open house on Tuesday, November 12th.
I'd recommend Profile to a friend because honestly, it's just life-changing. Profile provides you with resources and with a coach, with people. It just really sets you up. There's structure, and you have what you need to do exactly in front of you, and it works.
What you drinking?
The house red.
2 of those, please.
Thank you, but no.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not really looking for...
Both glasses are for me. My wine.
I'm so sorry. I just assumed that. I'm going to need your help to keep me from getting a big head.
Sometimes it looks like you're wearing Grace's jeans.
I cringe when you dance.
When you sweat, you smell like a cedar forest after a rain. In a bad way.
What bad way?
Am I thinking of a different kind of wood?
A new unicorn, Thursday at 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
First weekend of Minnesota deer season has come and gone, and up in the Ely area, at least one buck decided a little camouflage might be the way to go. Looks like it worked, too. They got a little bit of pine bough action going on stuck in the antlers there. Well, that deer and everybody else in the Ely area probably has to throw an extra log on the fire here tonight because cold air is coming. You can see the snow is white on the ground in the Ely region, and it's really going to be white in the snow belt here. So snow for some folks, flurries for others tonight, and cold for all come tomorrow. Right now, clear sky in Duluth. So the UP, getting a lot of snow from the lake effect here with the high pressure coming aboard. We've got a clear sky and temperatures already starting to drop, only 9 above. Here in the Duluth area, I think we could hit 0. Inland areas probably below 0 tonight. Tomorrow's high temps maybe only in the teens. Region-wide, northwest wind right now 13 miles per hour, relative humidity 53%, 30.56 the barometric pressure. That's on the high side, and it is an Arctic high pressure system that's coming to call at least for Tuesday. Temperatures right now that are calling, well, they're ringing with numbers like only 3 above in Ely, 4 for Hibbing, 4 Grand Rapids, 2 International Falls, and 7 for Moose Lake, 7 same deal for Two Harbors, 9 from Superior to Solon Springs, down to 8 in Hayward. Still clinging to 10 above where the cloud cover is thicker from the Bayfield Peninsula through the Upper Peninsula, 9 for Watersmeet. So cold snap coming for a couple of days, maybe 2. Then we do start to warm up, and by next week this time we could be in the mid to upper 30s, which is normal for this time of year. Lake effect snow has brought a lot of snow, of course, to the Ironwood, Wakefield, Bessemer area. Authorities there are saying travel cautiously, if at all, and even in some towns they're recommending no travel at all. Right now, the current Doppler outlook is showing things have settled down, at least for the time being, but probably will pick up again as the night goes on. So the advisories and the warnings for this zone probably will stay in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Pulling out now to the rest of the region with that higher pressure coming in, we have a couple of flurries here and there scattered, and that's really going to be about it here for tonight, because the advance of that high pressure cell is going to clear things up and cool things down and keep these big low pressure systems that are packing plenty of snow at bay and away from our region. All right, 7-day forecast. It's going to start cold and finish a little bit warmer. Tonight in Minnesota, as cold as 7 below towards Hibbing, Kristen, as you get home there tonight, so watch out. 0 to 5 above closer to the lake. Wisconsin, Michigan, 2 below down towards Hayward, as warm as 5 above in the UP, again, where the cloud cover is thicker. So the heaviest snow will be for the snow belt, just flurries for the rest of Wisconsin. And looking at tomorrow's forecast, partly cloudy then builds in thanks to the high pressure system, but Wisconsin, Michigan highs only go 15 to 20 above. The normal is 38. Minnesota gets 15 to 18 inland, maybe 23 by the lake. Park Pointers, you will be tropical. All right, extended forecast shows we build towards tropics as the rest of the week unfolds. We go from 18 Tuesday to 30 by Friday, to another chance of lighter snows coming in for the weekend. And by next Monday, 38 degrees. And again, our standards always slip around here, don't they? Now 38 is something to look forward to.
Sounds downright balmy.
Yes, it does.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, with all of the snow in the forecast, ski hills around the region are prepping for opening day. Here's a look at Lutsen Mountain up the North Shore. They're making snow right now, and their snow guns are working overtime as they're hoping to open a portion of their hills as early as Saturday. Spirit Mountain is also pumping out the white stuff. The Duluth Hill announced its target opening date is November 22nd, but they hope to have their Nordic Center open this Thursday. Montulac, just outside of Duluth, hopes to open within about a week. Meanwhile, officials with Bayfield's Mount Ashwaubenon say they're making snow like crazy and are aiming for an opening date of December 15th.
There's a new face at the helm of the Bong Veterans Historical Center in Superior. Dustin Heckman will now take over as the executive director. He's replacing Hayes Scriven, who left the position to be the site manager for Split Rock Lighthouse. Heckman graduated from the University of Minnesota Mankato in 2007 and had been working as the coordinator of the Minnesota Alliance of Local History Museums. Heckman's duties will include overseeing staff, managing the facility and all of their events, fundraising, and preserving the many historic artifacts in the museum. He says he's looking forward to running a facility dedicated to honoring veterans.
With an organization like this, we have the opportunity to tell those stories, preserve those stories, and make sure that people remember the sacrifice and the service of our veterans, as well as give them a place where they feel welcome.
Heckman says he enjoys being involved with activities that support tourism, community engagement, and education.
Kelly's here with a look at what's coming up in sports. Big weekend.
Big weekend.
Wow.
Big emotional weekend. Holy moly, we're coming off like a historic weekend in Minnesota sports, from UMD hockey to the Golden Gophers. We're going to recap it all coming up next.
The 2020 Yamaha XTR editions at RJ Sport and Cycle.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. New state-of-the-art dealership. Same President's Award-winning service. KohlerToyota.com.
I called Aspen Dental because I had a dental emergency. They assessed it right away. We're going to get you out of pain right now and be able to keep the tooth because that was really important to me. She sat down, this is what we're looking at. Financially, can you work with this? She didn't try to focus on anything that was unnecessary. She's like, let's get you comfortable now. That was being treated royally.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes to payments on your timeline, not ours. Yes to 0 down and 0 interest. And yes, we're all about the royal treatment. Call or book online at aspendental.com.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love it.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And this month is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck. Find your reason to fall in love with a new Chevy and get a great deal all month long.
I love it.
I'm going to go buy a Chevy.
Get 20% below MSRP on all 2019 Silverado double cab pickups. That's over $97.50 on this Silverado. Or during the Black Friday sales event, get 20% below MSRP on other select 2019 models.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One Liquor store. Come for the service. Lead with the savings.
Oh yes, I remember. It was on Christmas Eve many years ago.
I was on my way to my grandparents' house in Duluth. We were on a train.
And the train became snarled in a horrific storm. Everyone feared that Christmas would be lost. But what the little girl and train conductor did next saved Christmas for everyone. This is the Christmas City Express, a train ride and storytelling experience on the North Shore Scenic Railroad in Duluth. Tickets and information at DuluthTrains.com. The Christmas City Express is your ticket to fun holiday memories for your entire family.
All aboard! Great Lakes Stone.
Not only are we your reliable resource for quality building products in the Northland, we're now offering a full-service installation with our workmanship guarantee. With our network of landscape and masonry professionals standing by to work with our clients, there's still time to get on our schedule for winter. Call or stop in today or schedule an exclusive one-on-one appointment at our website at greatlakestone.com.
Selection.
CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Down goes the #1 team, who are actually no longer the #1 team. The UMD men's hockey team made an absolute statement this weekend in a hard-fought and at times what looked like a painful series at home, hosting the best team in the entire country. The Bulldogs technically get the series split with Denver. They tied on Friday night after a shootout loss, and they won on Saturday thanks to 5 different scores. They won 5-2. Bulldogs now move up to #6 in the latest national USCHO polls. UMD is at Miami, Ohio this weekend, but you can watch both games on My9 Sports. As for the UMD women's hockey team, they slide down 1 spot to the #10 overall team in the latest USCHO polls after a bye weekend. They are at Ohio State for a 10-7 matchup this upcoming weekend. Well, if you're a Gopher football fan, the last 48 hours or so have probably been spent wondering things and Googling things like the last time the Gophers went 9-0 or the last time the Gophers were ranked in the top 10 of the AP poll. Well, the answer to both of those questions would be since 1962, the Gophers haven't been a top 10 team. Yesterday, they checked in at #7. As for 9-0, we'd have to go all the way back to 1904. That's the last time the Big Ten, that's the last time. And the Big Ten was still 40 years from existence. But that's where PJ Fleck's squad stands after knocking off #4 Penn State this past Saturday. So it's no surprise the Gophers have been named have two Big Ten Players of the Week this week. Tanner Morgan, after throwing for 393 yards with 3 touchdowns, has been named Offensive Player of the Week. And Antoine Winfield Jr. has been named Defensive Player of the Week after recording 11 tackles, nabbing 2 interceptions on Saturday afternoon. 9 of those were solo, folks. The boat will continue to row this Saturday on the road. The Gophers face number 23 Iowa. I don't think it's too early to call Rose Bowl. Question mark? Tony's shaking his head. No. I think so. For the third time in 4 seasons, the UMAC champion UW Superior men's soccer team is back in the NCAA D3 National Tournament. That was their selection show party this afternoon on campus. They drew Central College as their first round matchup, a team out of Iowa. The game will be played on Luther's campus down in Iowa on Saturday afternoon. The Dutch are currently ranked as the 14th overall team in the United Soccer Coaches Poll.
I'm excited to see what they do this week. You know, I'm excited to see how they handle it now. They've had a couple of trips to the national tournament. You know, the juniors and seniors, this is their 3rd time being there. And so, you know, I think the first time that we went, it was all about just the experience, you know, and the excitement of being there and being able to represent our school. And I think last year we saw it become a little bit more business oriented.
I think we need to just cherish every moment together, especially being a senior. You know, every training session, every game could kind of be one of the last ones, so I think it's important that we just try and enjoy these moments. And, you know, I think with enjoyment comes the ability to play freely, and that's what I would say to the boys, and I think we all kind of are on the same page, and let's just go out there and enjoy the next couple of days.
Big matchups in Iowa this weekend. CSS is down there, and then we got the number 7 ranked Golden Gophers at Iowa as well.
Yeah, that was a heck of a game on Saturday, for sure.
It really was. Yeah. It was. I mean, if you had doubts about Gopher football before that game, they haven't played anybody, blah, 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 you couldn't watch that game and go, that's a top 10 team.
Yeah. Iowa's a tough place to play. We'll have to be on our game. So.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Kelly.
Well, pigs might not fly, but a new therapy pig wants to make air travel less stressful. This 5-year-old pig and her owner are part of San Francisco Airport's WAG Brigade, a program that brings trained therapy animals to the airport to cheer passengers up and help ease those travel anxieties. Therapy animals there take part in a training program with the San Francisco SPCA and must have a stable temperament, good manners, and a friendly personality.
Like
Additionally, all the animals are fully house trained.
Like us.
Like
just like us.
Oh, I mean, you see that in an airport or anywhere. You can't help. I mean, it's got to make you smile,
Thank
right?
goodness they're house trained. My goodness.
It'd be a mess.
Dave, it's freezing out there. There's some people that are getting a lot of snow. What can we expect for the rest of the night?
All right, that's a good point, Tony. Let's show the map, the bullseye over the snow belt here, how much folks could get. Towards Ironwood and into the UP, 6 to 8 to 12 possible by tomorrow morning. And then lighter fringes as you work out towards the Bayfield Peninsula. The rest of us outside of the snow belt getting flurries tonight, and then the cold does come by tomorrow morning. Many towns away from the lake below 0 tonight at 10. In case you didn't miss it 5 minutes ago, we'll talk again about how long that'll last.
All right. Well, happy Veterans Day. We'll see you at 10.
CBS3 closed